everyone, it's Greg from Balloon Market here from my desk instead of the studio for once. I've just got off the phone with Chris Horne. By phone, I mean Zoom. So we just did a Zoom call. And I was asking, we've obviously got the training coming up on the 21st and 22nd of September. Where Chris is coming down, so we're doing 2 training courses with him. But we've had a few questions, people asking exactly what is on the course. So I asked him that very question, and so he told us a bit more about it. So here's the call. Chris, hello.
Hi, Greg.
This is quite unusual. We don't normally do this kind of show of a Zoom. So,
no.
And it's not really a show. I wanted to ask you a question. I expected you to be at your desk, if I'm perfectly honest.
Sorry.
So we could do this over. Yes, but I guess you're there. You're in the studio. I might as well actually. But what I wanted to talk to you about very briefly is, obviously, you are coming down to Balloon Market to do some training for us on the 21st and the 22nd of September.
Yes, indeed.
We are very excited about. And the first is organics, your organics course. Obviously, you've done organics down here before. And the second is the airfield. What I wanted to know from you, so we can share with everybody out there, is what does each course consist of? So start with the organics. What are you going to learn if you come on the organics course?
Right. My take on organics is probably a bit different to other folk. Because I've been in the industry for such a long time, and I was brought up with classic balloon decor, having to size everything. So for me to make the switch to organics was actually really, really hard. But another thing that is so important to me is knowing exactly what we're using, all the product, knowing precisely how much, so I can price it accurately. And organics and that don't go together so well.
Yeah.
So what I've tried to do is develop a method of producing the organic effect, but to a recipe, so that we can know precisely what we're using, how long it's going to take, reproduce it if necessary, and you have a handle on it. It's all too often I look at organic pieces on social media or whatever, or speak to other decorators, and they sort of make it up as they go along. They add extra bits to make it a bit more fluffy, or this or that or the other. At the end of it, for me anyway, that I couldn't bear to do it that way. How do I know how much this has cost me? I haven't got a clue. So my method is very structured, very simple. There are 3 basic rules. And once you've got the handle on those 3 rules, then you should be able to produce the right kind of look for the client in a known time with a known amount of product, and price it accurately. You can put it all into a pricing tool and come out with a price. And that, to me, is the way to make money. It's how you should run your business. I cannot get my head around the idea of just keep adding stuff until it looks right. So that's it. Basically, during the day, we'll start off with something really simple that introduces the technique, which has become known, at least in these circles around here, as organification. So we've got a new word. It will introduce it, and then we will work through 3 or 4 designs, getting bigger and bigger and more complex, until we end up at the end with a whole set of different designs that all follow the same principle of knowing exactly how you do it. And we've taught it several times before, and it's a great joy to me at the end for people to be able to go, I get this now, I can do this, and go off and create organic stuff at affordable prices, because you can control all of it, every element of it, and sell it to people without the fear of not knowing how much it's costing or where it's going or how it's going to look. It's all really, really structured. So it's a little bit different, certainly very different to other organic courses that I've seen, or people doing stuff. And it's going down very, very well. So I think it's highly valuable.
Like you say, you start with something smaller, and then you end up with the what I consider to be the big thing that everybody wants these days. And it is am I allowed to say? Am I allowed to tell everybody? Are you going to surprise everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big demi.
We might surprise you actually, Greg, because it's changed a little bit since the last time. We've tweaked it a bit, added a little bit in. So we end up with, we do a demi arch, we do a big hoop, we do a big garland, but the finishing piece, if you like, is we create one design and then turn it into another one. Without any extra balloons, so it's quite an interesting bit, that is. So.
Well, you've got me quite excited about it. I've seen something I've not seen before. I am very excited, and the Chris Hornification.
Not sure about that one.
I think I love the fact that you have systemized what seems very random. I've always thought that every time you've done the course down here, I've always been very, very impressed at that. So that's
well,
fantastic.
We've improved on that and added to it, and it's even easier to follow now. So
brilliant.
Yeah,
so
it's a good one.
That's the organics. So that's on the 21st of September, and you can book both of these courses individually if you want to. But we are offering a deal if people do want to book on both courses. And the reason we're doing that, it's almost like we want to invest in the people that want to invest in themselves is really how I'm looking at it. So we're offering a voucher of £100 to spend at Balloon Market if they book on both. So
wow.
I know.
That's impressive. I might book it myself.
I mean, I do just think I've seen your training before. I know what you're capable of, and I know what people learn by the time they leave. And I think if they book on both courses, that the value they get over 2 days is definitely worth the money. But in order to try and get those people that will invest in 2 days worth of training, we want to offer something to them. So that's what
that's fantastic, doing. Greg. Well done, thank you.
Well, thank you. So which leads us? Oh, there's no cut here, is there? Which leads us to the second day. So tell us a little bit more about the airfield course.
Well, something else that has become apparent over the last 18 months, 2 years, is the rise of airfield decor. I mean, again, not so long ago, but certainly when I started airfield, you just didn't do it. Everything was helium filled all the time. And then obviously we've had the odd helium shortage and crisis along the way that have forced people to become more creative. But now helium is almost something that you do if you have to. And there is so much you can do just air filled that we thought it would be a good idea to try and put some designs together, some techniques together, some ideas together to show a few of these possibilities. So we start off again there with a really simple table centerpiece that you can put together in 5 minutes flat, but adapt and change to suit almost anything. So it's a really, really, really flexible but very, very simple design. And then we go through again a whole gamut of different things, including marquees, a couple of hoops, a balloon hug, some stand-ups, some all sorts of different ideas, all air-filled. Without, they all have the possibility to be enhanced with helium balloons if you want to. So they're sort of dual purpose. They're air-filled designs that stand alone, but if you want to, you can add a helium bouquet to it or a couple of individual helium balloons or whatever to make it more. Because that's another big thing of mine, is that I like the flexibility and I like to offer add-ons and extras, so you can show your client a design, but say, but if we did this, then it's that and it's bigger. And so all of these things are essentially airfield stuff with the possibility of enhancement with helium balloons if you want to, and it's a whole range of different styles. And there's, as usual, a few little tricks and tips and surprises in there along the way as well. So that's a cool one as well. I would say though, if anybody is coming along to this one, well, if anybody, all these hundreds of people that are going to come along to this one. Make sure you come in a fairly large vehicle, because at the end of it, you're going to have about 5 or 6 things that are yours to take away. So you've got to have some space to take them all home with you.
We have had some fun watching people trying to get lots of designs after one of your courses in very small vehicles before.
Yes.
But they want to take them home, and why not? Yeah. Because they are impressive to put up in your shop, to take pictures of for Facebook, for Instagram.
Exactly. All of these things, they should be used as marketing. But particularly with the airfield stuff, it's going to last.
Yeah.
That's one of the big things with airfield stuff. You're saving money on helium, but the thing you produce lasts for a long time. So why not take it home and use it to market? But
if you look at Instagram these days, the majority of it is air-filled from...
It is.
I know the demi-arch is organic, but that's still an air-filled design.
It certainly is.
Your marquee designs, your balloon hugs, all of those. You see all of those on Instagram far more than you see, anything with helium, really. So
yeah. Well, we're going to end that course with a big, really quite big walk-through arch thing that is all air-filled with no framework at all. And that is quite an important one as well, because it shows that you can build this thing. You're not having to use base plates and poles. There's it just stands up by itself. Fills a lot of space, but there's no helium and no structure.
Wow.
Just precision.
That sounds very impressive. Because that
means
cool. People have to go back to collect things or charge more for things like
exactly.
that.
Just bye, leave it behind.
Absolutely. Anyway, Chris, thank you so much for that.
Pleasure.
Hopefully that gives everybody out there a little bit more of an idea of what the courses are going to entail. Personally, I'm very excited about you being down here again. And
I can't wait. I love the buffet you put on, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, the food is included, everybody. So it's quite good actually. Johnny, the new chef there, he's very good. So
impressive stuff.
So thanks very much for that. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for taking the time out to do this, because I know you're very, 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 very busy at the moment.
Yep. Back to it now.
And I look forward to seeing you soon. So
seeing you in a couple of weeks or so.
All right. Yeah.
Thanks,
absolutely.
Greg.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.